In this video, I'm going to walk through how to generate an executive level end-of-year report using the MSP Insight workbook and AI. This step is focused on insight and decision support. It's not about PowerPoint and it's not about automation for its own sake. Now, everything starts on the Instructions tab. This tab outlines the exact steps for exporting your data and then uploading it in for AI analysis. You don't need to memorize this. The goal is simply to follow it in order. Now, at a high level, you'll export two PDFs, one for tickets and one for alerts, and then upload them for analysis. First, we go to the Tickets AI Export tab. This worksheet is already formatted for AI analysis. There's nothing to configure here. Now we're going to export it to PDF. And when exporting, we want to make sure that this worksheet is selected and then we save it as a PDF. This file represents your ticket-based service work, requests, incidents, backlog, and trends. Next, we do the same thing for alerts. This second PDF represents system-generated activity, monitoring alerts, volume patterns, and automation signals. These two files are intentionally separate. Once both PDFs are exported, we switch to ChatGPT for the analysis step. And so we're going to open the custom GPT. This uses a dedicated workspace specifically designed for this workflow. Now we're going to upload both PDFs together. AI does not connect to your systems. It only analyzes the content of these exported reports. Now, you'll be asked a few setup questions. And for this walkthrough, we're going to be selecting executive. You can create both executive or operational. Operational analysis is available, but this video is more focused on the executive view. Next, you'll choose the kind of style of report that best matches how leadership expects to read the material for your organization. And then finally, we choose whether you want to have a combined narrative or a split view between tickets and alerts. And for most executive reviews, a split view kind of is the right starting point. Now, ChatGPT will generate your executive report. You know, when skimming through the service desk summary, I'm looking for three things. Volume is steady at roughly about 1,000 tickets per month, and that's a baseline staffing issue. Incidents dominate the mix. This means that there's an increase in handle time and technician fatigue. The monitoring alerts are still landing in the service desk. That's automation debt. I don't need to look at every single bullet to see where the risk is. Now you skim through alerts, you see that volume spiked sharply in certain peak months, more than doubling the baseline value. So nearly half of the alert work happens to be outside business hours, which drives on-call cost and burnout. And handling time is efficient, but it's the volume and the noise that are the real problem. Now, stepping back, this tells a clear story. The service desk has sustained demand. That's a staffing and deflection problem. The NOC has volatile demand. That's an automation and scheduling problem. These are two different problems requiring two different fixes. So the executive plan reflects that distinction. On the service desk side, the plan focuses on capacity guardrails and reducing incident-driven work. And on the NOC side, the emphasis is on alert noise reduction and rebalancing after hours load. The goal isn't more people everywhere, it's better alignment between the demand and the capacity. This is what the executive report is designed to do: provide clarity, direction, and priorities without drowning you in a lot of detail. And once you're comfortable with these insights, you can optionally convert them into an executive PowerPoint slide deck, which I will cover in another video. Now, use this report as a lens for decisions. The report is a foundation, and everything else can build from here.